Hi everybody and welcome back. So if you are new here, my name is Nicole. I garden in Zone 6, Eastern Canada. I'm here today to talk about all the dahlias that I'm going to be growing in the summer of 2022. I went down this morning and took all my overwintering varieties out of storage. I brought them up and had a look, and most of them are looking really good. I also have a bunch on order that should be delivered in late April, early May. So I thought I would share all of those varieties with you and talk about what I will be growing. So most of these that I have in storage are from a Canadian company, Creekside Growers, I'm pretty sure. I'll put a link in the description once I double check the name. And the first one that I have here is called Babette. So Babette is purple wine colored ball type dahlia. I didn't get a lot of production from that one last year, but she looks like she's stored all right, so I'll be trying it again this year. Next up we have Natalie G. This one is gorgeous. I loved the color on this one. It's like a peachy pink, and it's more of a decorative, but still being a ball type dahlia. Next up is Ace Summer Sunset. This was another one of my favorites. It had a yellow, peachy, orangey color to it, and they're large 6-inch blooms. Website says 6 to 9 inch, so now that I've had the plant for a full year, I'm excited to see if I get bigger flowers this year. Golden Torch, a really nice bright yellow ball type. It grows 3 to 4 feet high, and the stems were really long too, so it was really easy to use this one in bouquets. Now this next one, I don't actually know the variety name. I have overwintered it for 3 years, and I got it at a box store. The variety was not named, but it's a really nice deep burgundy, really productive one. Lots of blooms off of just one plant that I had last year, but it did start to wither and die off a lot faster than the other ones in early fall. Now I didn't divide that one for the 3 years that I kept it. I did divide it this fall. And when I checked on them, most of them looked okay. White Onesta. I loved the blooms on this one. It was a really nice white, not as full of petals as the ball type. It opens to a more flat face. And it's a shorter one too. It was only 2 to 3 feet. But I remember when I dug this one up, the tubers were not great. Most of them fell apart. I don't think I actually ended up storing one of these. I did have a bag that had a question mark on it. So I have a couple of mystery tubers in there somewhere. That might be one of these. I hope it is. I love this plant. It might also be one called Thomas Edison, which I didn't have a bag labeled for that one either. But Thomas Edison was closer to a dinner plate variety. It was a really big, dark purple bloom that I loved using as well. I don't remember what happened to that one as I dug it up, and I don't have a bag labeled Thomas Edison, just that question mark bag. So those are all the cut flower varieties that I have in storage. It's one bulb crate full, and I can't tell you how many tubers I had in there, but some of the plants split into 8 to 10 tubers. So if only a few of them make it, then I still have more than I did last year. I forgot the cafe au lait. I have cafe au laits as well. Now, not all of the tubers looked that great when I dug them up. I have a bag of good ones, and I also have a bag of questionable ones that I kept. Now I do plan to open up all those bags tonight, and I'm going to pot them all up just in trays because I plan to take dahlia cuttings this year. So it's beginning of March in Nova Scotia. We're Zone 6. It is generally way too early to pot up your dahlias just to give them an early start. But where I plan to take cuttings, that's going to need an extra month or so. So I'm going to be doing that tonight. And then I'll also know in advance which tubers are good and which ones I need to get rid of. So next, onto the dahlias that I have ordered. It is cold today. I'm not ordering these in bulk or in large quantities because I just don't have the growing space. I also want to try out a lot of different varieties to see what I like best and what I'm going to end up using. And then I can overwinter them. I can divide them or take cuttings next year and expand what I have. So the 8 varieties that I have ordered, I have coming from Vessie's Seeds, which is in PEI. And I've ordered from them before, and their quality is usually pretty good. So the first one is called Viking. It is a dark red ball type. Grows 3 to 4 feet tall and is supposed to be fairly prolific. White Perfection. I have 2 of these as well. It's a big white, dreamy and romantic, the description says. Also grows 3 to 4 feet tall. Joey Morella, 2 of those, a ball type dark burgundy. I do like that color. And I had a lot of florist requests for the dark burgundy, so I do have a couple of these. That one is supposed to grow 3 feet tall. Boom Boom White, sounds like fun. 2 of those as well, a standard white ball. White is also usually in demand from florists, so I have a few of those. Next one is Karma Gold. This one is described as a large decorative butterscotch colored bloom. The plant will grow 3 to 4 feet tall. So most of these are 3 to 4 feet tall. I have to order the tall varieties to use for cut flowers, although I do have a couple that grow shorter. Next one, oh, I'm excited for this one. Wizard of Oz. I have 3 of these coming. I think it comes in a package of 3, this one. It's a soft baby pink color, a small ball type dahlia that's only 2 to 3 inches, and the plant still grows 3 feet tall. Next, this one is just for fun. This one's called Blue Bayou. It has a single row of petals with a dark fluffy center. This is the only one that I've ever grown that's like this, so I'm excited to see what it looks like. Also 3 to 4 feet tall. And the last one is called Crème de Cassis. Cassis? Soft lilac purple, sometimes called a water lily dahlia. How could I say no to that? And this one only grows 2 to 3 feet tall. So that is a total of 7 varieties that I have in storage and 8 varieties that I have on order. That should arrive in late April, early May. Now, I also didn't mention 2 other varieties that I have stored from last year that are really similar because they're only short 14-inch border dahlias that I put in the flower beds, so I don't use those for cutting. Those are just for decorative purposes. So it is the beginning of March here, and it's actually about 10 below zero right now. We got a foot of snow yesterday, again, and the ground is probably going to be frozen for another couple of weeks yet. So it's likely going to be 4 to 5 months still before I actually see any of these flowers. But the process is going to start this week as I go through my storage dahlias and pot them up, see if I can wake them up to get some cuttings in a month's time or so. But in the meantime, I have this beautiful little orchid that opened yesterday that I can stare at. That should keep me happy for a little while. Isn't it pretty? Yeah. We have roughly 120 to 130 frost-free days, but I have a small greenhouse to help me extend it a little bit. And I use things like frost cover, row cover, and low hoops over some of the more tender crops as well to help stretch the season out. So the first crops that go in the ground for us here are Ranunculus and Anemones, which I have started. They are in the basement because they like it cool, but I'm expecting to see them pop up in about a week's time so that I can plant a few of them into the greenhouse. And before I get into those, if you're as excited as I am to see these dahlias in the summer, be sure to hit subscribe and like the video as well. That really helps with the visibility and will make it a lot easier to find my videos in the future. And I would love it if you would put in the comments your favorite dahlia variety. So that is all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.